with another video. So this is going to be a series in which we are going to be creating something as you saw in the earlier clip. So it is all front end project. So if you want to showcase your front end skill in the CV, you wanted to create a cool fun project that is all front end, handling data, storing data, showing data, then that's the video for you. If you're if you're a backend developer and want to just go into the front end field as well, that's the project for you. And then we can, after this series ends, we will take the same project and we'll include a backend architecture as well for it and create a whole full stack project later on in the third series. So it's a very interesting project we're starting. So let's just start with this. So this is the project for you if you're in the university, if you are just got done with the university, wanted to feature something on your resume, which is really cool as a SaaS. All right, so we have the chat GPT here. I've just had a couple commands for set up the Tailwind. And then I just got this online editor just to note whatever we're going to be doing. So first of all, let's start straight up into the project. We would need one thing, and that is straight up an online editor. Code editor. So we're going to be using Cursor, which is basically free, which but you can use any code editor you want. Let's come into the terminal. Let's quickly start. So first thing we need to start, we would need the chat GPT, guys. This is the AI era, and we cannot miss out on the max productivity as a developer. And next is the templates. We're going to be using templates, libraries, CSS, Tailwind, whatever most we can use, so that we just don't need the plain JavaScript. We need the React. We need the frameworks, right? That's the whole idea of this video. All right. So let's just start with this already. So let us just start with the let's start with the template. So this is the command, which is nvm create Vite latest and your project name. So what are you gonna do? What we're gonna do? We're gonna use the nvm use 22.8, which is basically the latest node version. So I'm using nvm, which is the node version manager. What it does is you can have multiple node versions on a single computer. So you can use node version manager nvm. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use this command, which is not crazy science. You can get it on the internet. That's the first command that to get you the template um, on the so template of the React. So what we need the template. We not need the Vite. It's experimental. We need just the basic base stable, and just we can use the npm. Yes. I'm just starting this quickly because this first episode has to be just setting up the project. We will include the tailwind, the structure, and then the next video we're going to start coding. In this video, we will also be showing the creating the header of the website as well. So it's going to be exciting one. It's going to take a couple while. So let me just fast forward it quickly. भाई दोबारा नहीं बस all right, guys, it's done. Let us just open it first. Let me just show you how it is looking. It's just the template, remember. So that's the basically the whole template. I'm sure you might have seen this up till now somewhere along your university project or something. Let's just open the same project which we had created in our editor. So let's just start right straight into it. In SRC, we have this app.jsx, which is basically the code we are actually running. So if I can just change anything, it will reflect straight up here. Now, the best practice is wherever you're coding, just use the straight up terminal there. We don't need this terminal. It's another application, distracting, not good. Coming on to this, we're going to use the same again, same node version, and then we're going to use the npm run def. That's the command to start it. And we are put again. Why we are using the nvm run dev? Dev is basically whatever the change we're going to do in the code editor is going to get updated straight up onto the running server. So let me just update it to hello, and you'll notice that it has already updated that, and we are already good. So we don't need to rerun the project in order to see the reflected changes. All right, next up, we come on to this. We have the npm install done. We have the dependency done. We have the node of the latest. What about Tailwind? Let's just go to the Tailwind. I've already just asked just the ChatGPT to give me the Tailwind command in our project React, and these are the two it has given. Let me just close project and let us just install it. And meanwhile, I will share the dependencies as well in the comments. You can just get it, or the description. You can just copy it from there. Basically, whatever you're going to do, you're gonna whatever are present in this. You can just keep them, but you can paste them with this, and then you can do the npm install. It's the all not all but most of the dependencies we will be using in our project, so you can get it on online, like for example framer motion. It's used for animations, so we can just go for framer motion npm package, and that's the best one. First one is gonna give, and we just need to do this, right? So I've already added them, so it is easier for us to figure out. All right, all looking nice, still the same. We don't see any Tailwind config files after running this, which is interesting. So don't worry on that. If you don't see an automatic generated Tailwind config, then what you're going to do is you're going to create a tailwind.config.ts by yourself, and you're just going to copy this. You say that just give me the Tailwind CSS. Yeah, that's basically it. It's going to give you. And what is this? These are the contents. It tells you that this is the index HTML file, and whatever is in the src, just apply those on that. So we're just gonna expand that, and we're gonna keep those, and we're just gonna say the theme to extend, and that's it. Nothing too crazy. If you guys notice, we are also using some post css. What is that? We also need the config for this as well, and we don't see it in the project, so let's just create this as well. And this one is straight away basic. We're just gonna copy this. And we are going to use something called plugins here. All right. And we're going to get the Tailwinds post CSS and auto prefixer, these right here, and paste them in the uh, right here. All right, so these are some entity sense I've turned on, so you can also turn it on. That's a separate video which we will create later on. So this should be good. Let us try to rerun the project now. All right, so we're seeing these type of things. There are also no need to worry on that. So it's just saying that Tailwind post CSS cannot be found. We will get onto it. No worries on that. So first of all, what are we going to do now? We have the app.jsx. Now to confirm that we are using the Tailwind, so better is we should just print something from the Tailwind. I think that's Tailwind has a different classes. So I think the most better way is that we should be printing something from the Tailwind rather than from something like the app.js already does. So what we're gonna do is we're going to use two classes of Tailwind. Just come here. We have all these set counts and etc. We don't need it. So what we will do is we will just copy this whole return. Perfect. And we just need two things. We need a div and we need the h1 tag. That's the basic we could do. Now the tailwind would come under the play is this class name, right? And for the class name, we're going to show its screen flex item should be center, and we're going to say even justify center, and let's just color it onto the yellow and do it 200. And now let's text for XL. So that's the text size we're setting. Font bold and text color should be gray. Whatever. Why we're doing it? We're doing just to confirm that most of the classes works very nice and best for Tailwind is working now, right? And we're seeing this error. So that's where the GPT would come us into play. And we're just gonna give it straight up. And import tailwind is saying you in post config we are importing tailwind wrong, require tailwind post CSS. So open your page is config, that's my page is config. So let me just tell it that this is the config I'm using. So this is my post css.config. So basically the thing is I'm guiding you how to debug as well. Like, so it's saying that replace your file with this. We can do that, no issue in that. Then run tailwind also to fix it. Okay. So let us try that and then try that. Right. Ran fine. So it's saying that you are trying to install the CSS plugin has moved to a separate file to create CSS you need to install. Now, whatever we were doing right. Let us see now. We were doing absolutely fine. Let's rerun the project. Failed to load post CSS cannot find the module. That's the same error. I think that's really interesting. Post CSS. That's the uh, the dependency is also perfect. I think we're missing one dependency here. I think we're missing post CSS is absolutely fine. We have the framer motion is absolutely fine. We have the tail. Yeah, we're missing that. Let me just quickly add this in here. So this is something we're missing. We're missing this package. That is why it is causing this. And once you add the package, you're going to do the npm install quickly. So basically what is happening is we added a Tailwind post CSS package, but it didn't register it in the project. These type of error could come on along the way. It is how we should work on it. All right. So now it's perfectly running fine. Now, in case of these issues, you're going to always go to the console and just try to refresh the page. And whatever the errors or the issue is gonna just say. So you're just gonna always, whatever the error you get, you're just gonna try to paste that to the GPT, and it's gonna say that it's coming from the Vite development browser function. So now we don't need it. So which means all is good. We're all perfectly set. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just start working with the project. Let's quickly do that. First of all, we don't need this index CSS, so just straight away delete it. Let's set the structure. We will create something called styles, and we will create something, a new file in it, which we're going to call global dot css rather than the index dot css. The best is global dot css, and index is using hardcore css. We are going to use tailwind. That's we have used it for, right? So tailwind components, we have the tailwind components, we have the tailwind base, and then we're also going to use the tailwind utilities. After that, we have the HTML, we have the body, we have the hashtag. We'll get all through this. So let's, right now we're just starting the project. So it is equally important to just quickly just start the project, just to not wait until something boring. All right, we have the setup. Let us just for the mains. What is actually happening? It is right now getting from the index, so we're going to not include that. Rather than we're going to say that please include from styles. Yep. Dot global dot css. That's the one we wanted to use. It should include the app.js, React DOM client. It can, but it should not only use creator, but it should use React DOM. I think that's the best in the class stuff. And that's not how we actually import it. We import it like React DOM. That's how we import it. Oops, no, like this. We have strict mode. I don't think so. We need that as well. So let's just get the React from the React. That's the important one. All right. So we have all set about. So let's just use the React router DOM first of all. It's the best DOM we can use with the React. And then we have the strict mode as well. We can keep using it, but we're going to use it with React dot script mode. And similarly here as well, we're going to end it with the React dot script mode. We will be deploying it, so it is most better we now start with the perfect way, right? So we just don't need those. These are all present in these. Let's come to here. What wrong we are doing here? I don't think so. Is there anything wrong in this? So let us just see what we're getting here. All right. We have the tailwind setup, so no big science there. Um, First of all, let's just go with the components. So we have the assets. The assets cannot stay without something called logo. So we are going to paste the logo PNG here. That's the logo I've chosen. And then we have the app.css. All is absolutely fine. Let's create another folder in this. Let's call it components. Perfect. In the components, what we're going to be using, we're going to create a new file of the components. And in the pages, we're going to start with the pages we are going to be working. So the first page has to be, you guessed it, right? it has to be the landing.jsx. So the landing.jss is going to be nothing, just the whole landing page of the website. It's going to be not a very long code, so we're just going to leave it for now, and we're just going to open the app dot, and we're just going to let's just go to the component. Let's create a new file there as well. We call it sticky header.jsx. We have the sticky header JSX setup. We have the app.jsx. We'll be using the sticky header component, which we will be importing from the top. So no big issue there. Let me just quickly import that on the top. Yeah, that's that's where going to be using that. And all good. So it said the request model is obviously we don't have anything in the this. So that's the part of the next video. It's just the setting up the whole project. So if you need the source code, that source code will be available after the fifth video, because obviously we should be having at least all landing page and everything set up perfectly fine before just putting all the code on the source code. I want you to go with me, and that's why I'm showing everything from the errors, from the bug fixing, debugging. Just stay on the series, guys. कर ली यार, बहुत ही गंदी शूट है, कोई काम की है नहीं, बस चलो काम दे रही है.